Y'all hear me okay? Y'all hear me okay? Y'all good? Okay. All right. Ladies, how y'all feeling? Okay, look, we've been here all day. We've been soaking up so much good stuff. So I need more energy. I said, ladies, how y'all feeling? That's what I'm talking about. That's the energy I need. Now, ladies, again, my name is Carla. A lot of you guys know me as DJ KICKIT. I'm a DJ. I'm an MC. I'm a podcaster. I'm here standing in front of you. I've been sharing my story with a lot of people around Austin, so I'm getting into motivational speaking. I am a wife. Shout out to my beautiful wife over there. I'm a lot of things, but I'm also a first generation Latina. Any first generation Latinos here in the house, raise your hand. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, ladies and my brother, hey, bro. Ladies and my bro, would you agree with me if I said to you that us as first generation Latinas or Latinas, period, we carry a lot of pressure, a lot of cultural, a lot of generational and societal expectations? Would you agree with me if I said that, right? You gotta get married, you gotta get a man, you gotta bring me some grandkids, right? You gotta be a lawyer, you gotta be a doctor, all that, right? Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you weren't living your true, authentic self because of all this? Yeah, me too. See, ladies and my brother, see, I'm not gonna stand here and share with y'all how I got into DJing, my passion for music, and how I became a DJ, how I got my first day in Austin. We'll put that aside. Look, I have my own table over there. I got some merch. Tap in with me. We can talk about all that when we're done. But what I want to do today is I want to share with you some moments in my life where I didn't feel like I was living my most authentic self. What was that turning point for me? And I'm hoping that through me sharing my stories along with everyone else's stories that have been shared today, that you too feel empowered to live up to your most chingona self, right? Because this didn't happen overnight for me. I feel like the expectations and all that, I feel like all that started happening, I want to say when I was 6 years old. I'm also from San Antonio, Texas. I'm from the west side of San Antonio. Yeah. So if you guys know the west side, especially back in the day, is rough. One of the most underserved communities in San Antonio. And we were renting this house, and I remember this one particular day, I was in the living room, about her size, right? Now I was in the living room and I was playing with my Ninja Turtles. Y'all, I love me some Ninja Turtles. My favorite one is Raphael, so I love all the red. And so I'm playing with my Ninja Turtles and I'm imagining in my little mind, like, I mean, I'm saving the day, right? And one of my aunts, I think you'll know who I'm talking about, one of my aunts came into town to visit. Mija, ¿cómo estás? I'm like, oh, hey, tia, blah, blah. And she had this look of disgust in her face. She looked at my toys like if I was playing with roaches. And she was like, mija, ¿qué estás haciendo? And I said, oh, mira, tia, son mis tortugas ninjas, look. You know, like kids do, right? They show you what they're doing. No, 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 mija, eso no es para ti, eso son para niños. Mira, I got you something. And she pulls out this Barbie doll. Now, look, I have nothing against Barbie. I know Barbie's the hot thing right now. It's not for me, y'all. I love me my Ninja Turtles, right? But she gave me this Barbie doll and she was like, oh, mija, tú eres una niña. Tú debes de jugar con juguetes de niña. You're supposed to play with girl toys. Those are for boys. And I was confused because as a 6-year-old, I'm like, I don't know the difference. I love Ninja Turtles. They go save the world. Barbie's not saving the world, at least in my 6-year-old mind. Right? Follow me, at least in my mind, right? Barbie's the pretty girl driving a little Mustang, and I wanted to be, I'm channeling all that like energy through like the Ninja Turtles. And I felt that as a young kid, there was so much pressure put on me to be what a woman should be, what a little girl should be. Don't tell my aunt this, but shortly after she left, I was so mad. I grabbed the greenest marker in my little crayon box and I colored the ish out of that Barbie doll green. I was so mad. I colored her face green. I was like, you're gonna be a Ninja Turtle. Like I hated that pressure that she put on me. And still to this day, unfortunately, she still makes certain comments, right? Let me fast forward a little bit to when I was 14 years old. And it was all about the quince. I didn't bring a picture. I was going to print a picture so y'all could see it. But yes, y'all, DJ KICKIT was in a dress, with nails, with heels, with makeup. My hair was done. I had a quince, y'all, but leading up to that quince, it was all about, ¿dónde va a ser? ¿Qué se va a poner la niña? ¿Quién vamos a contratar para el baile? Da, 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 da. Not once did anybody ask me what I wanted. And when it was time for me to get asked what I wanted, it was always a no. Ama, pero, y'all understand Spanish, right? Okay, cool. Ama, pero, yo no quiero vestido. Is it cool if I maybe wear pants? Estás mensa. Esos son pa' niños. No, 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 no. Si no eres chambelán. No, 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 no. You're going to wear a dress. Your grandma's going to have a heart attack. Fine. Well, Mom, can I pick the colors? Fine. ¿Qué colores quieres? I was like, I like black. I like white. Classic. Estás mensa. White is for when you get married. Black is for when you die. No, absolutely not. Okay? Well, Mom, can we play a little bit of English music? No, 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 no. Nadie te entiende de esa rap que tú escuchas. Nadie te entiende eso. No, 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 no. Es más, va a ser en México. Nobody's going to understand that. All right. Well, during that time, Space Jam was a big thing. The original Space Jam was a big thing. And that was one of my first CDs that I was able to afford. And there's a song on there. Any R&B fans in the house? There was a song on there that I had heard, and it's by one of my favorite vocalists. Her name is Monica from Atlanta. And the song on there is called For You I Will. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, bueno, like, I want to dance this song with my dad. Pero es en inglés. Tu papá no te va a entender. I said, I know, Mom, but like, if I translate it for you, like, it really resonates how my dad feels about me. I will cross the ocean for you. I will go and give you the moon. I will be your strength. I will be your hero. Do y'all feel me? Like, it was such a beautiful song. And I was like, Mama, please. And it was still a no. Escoge algo en español. I was like, fine. Me and my brother, we love Luis Miguel. So I picked the song of Luis Miguel, dancing with my dad. It was a beautiful thing. We did end up using the Monica song for my video. So I have a VHS, and it has Monica on there, and I'm there with my dress, getting into the car, all that. So when I was at my quince, we started everything at 7 o'clock. And at 9 o'clock, I was ready to go home at my own party. Because I had nails that I feel like I could cut the cake with. I had the itchiest dress on. I'm sorry, Abuela. She bought me the dress. But I'm sorry. It was so itchy. It was so uncomfortable. I had makeup on. Que, híjole, I just wanted to rip it off my face. I can't even stand chapstick today, y'all. I can't stand sunscreen on. And here I am with this whole new face on, right? And I remember telling my mom, excuse me, I remember telling my mom, I was like, Mama, can I at least take off my shoes? Me duelen los pies. No, 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 no vas a andar ahí con chanclas, estás mensa. It's like, Mom, I'm tired, me quiero ir para la casa. Mira, let me tell you something. When my mom bit her lip, I was like, oh, shit, okay. Let me tell you something. Your dad and I worked so hard to make this day happen for you. Your abuelas are here, your tias are here, your primos are here. You better embrace it and you better enjoy it because we worked so hard to give you this day. And she was right. She was right. My parents had worked hard, like most of our parents, to get us what we want. My parents worked so hard to ensure that me and my brother didn't need nothing, right? See, my parents and I moved to this country when I was 2 years old. My parents would go door to door knocking in San Antonio, asking for work, pushing me on a stroller. Hey, déjame cortarte la yarda. $5, I'll cut your yard. Because they were just trying to put food on the table. We didn't have furniture. My furniture was a paint bucket. And I would scoop my little paint bucket and eat my little huevitos con frijoles because that's all we could afford. So I felt it. When I was 8 years old, I was old enough to go work with my dad. So I would go work those labor jobs with my dad. I would be on the roof doing men stuff. I would be on the roof doing roofing stuff. I fell off the roof one time, y'all. My dad was like, pues levántate, you okay? You alive? Let's go. Do you see what I'm saying? We would put up gates, we would move stuff, we would paint stuff, and if I couldn't go work with my dad because there was some work that, okay, cool, you needed adults to do, then I would go work with my mom, and we would go clean houses, right? So how could I not sit there at my quince and just be like, all right, with makeup on, with the dress that I'm uncomfortable with, shoes that were hurting my feet. So I understand now, ladies, I get it. I get it. So how could I not do that, right? I appreciated my parents. They worked so hard for that day because they saw me as a princess. When I was 17, I came out to my parents. And it was the most painful thing ever, y'all. It was so painful that for 4 years, I didn't have a relationship with my parents. I didn't. See, because to them, they thought, you're gonna amount to nothing with that choice that you just made. You're gonna live out on the streets, and you're gonna catch a disease. You're gonna be on drugs. You're gonna get killed. You're throwing your life away. Or did I? Right? See, us as Latinas, we carry this chronic sense of guilt that, look, I feel like I'm not enough. I feel like I'm not doing enough. Mom, I get good grades in school. I just got a full scholarship to go to Texas Southern University in Houston. Mom, I stay out of trouble, big trouble, right? I stay out of trouble. I'm in my room locked in, listening to music, listening to Wu-Tang Clan, listening to Monica, listening to Drew Hill, listening to Boyz II Men. Like, I'm not out in the streets like that. And it's still not enough because I'm gay. I feel like it wasn't until I came to Austin that I found myself. A common question that I get asked with a lot of people that I meet is, girl, you got here 4 years ago and you just blew up. How the hell did you do that? I'm gonna tell you how. I had to dig deep inside myself and ask myself what I wanted. I had to ask little KICKIT what she wanted, because every time that little KICKIT raised her voice, it was silence. You can't wear this color, you can't wear pants, you gotta wear a dress, you gotta do this, you gotta play with Barbie dolls, I had to sit deep inside and dig deep and find my purpose. Now look, I'm gonna give you a remixed definition of purpose. And this is coming from one of my favorite motivational speakers. Her name is Jade Simmons. She's also a pianist. And she remixed the definition of purpose like this. She said, purpose is not what you do. Purpose is what happens in others when you do what you do. Let me run that back. Purpose is not what you do, it's what happens in others when you do what you do. Can I tell y'all how much joy it brings me when I'm behind the decks and I see y'all dancing, I see y'all laughing, I see y'all sometimes crying, I see y'all singing. Can I tell y'all how much joy that brings me? I'm not gonna stand here and say my purpose is to be a DJ, because I'm gonna get old one day and I'm not gonna be able to lug my equipment. My hands are not gonna work the way they used to. My purpose is not to be an MC, because one day I'm gonna lose my voice. My purpose is not to be a podcaster, because I may lose interest in that. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that my purpose is living every time that y'all dance, every time that y'all sing, every time that y'all cry and have a good time at these shows. There was someone here earlier that was concerned about getting laid off. I don't know where she's at, but I want to holler at you real quick. There you are. Sis, I want to holler at you. I got here to Austin on the strength of this tech job. And I've never shared this with any of y'all, any of my personal people. But I was making 6 figures at this tech job. They said, hey, we're going to double your salary from San Antonio, and we're going to give you a 10K bonus to come up here. Babe, how were we at IKEA? We were making it rain. I was like, ooh, I'm moving to Austin, son. I'm moving to Austin, and I felt like I made it. Like I made my parents proud because I got the career and I got the money. But every time that I got on a call, my wife will tell you, every time that I got on a call, I was like, I just didn't feel fulfilled. I love what I did as a product manager, but something didn't fulfill me. It didn't fuel my soul. But anytime somebody asked me about music, shit, my face would light up. Sorry, baby. My face would light up. Okay, okay. I'm really trying not to cuss. But I felt so fulfilled. There were so many universal signs, sis, I'm talking to you. There were so many universal signs that were pointing me, pushing me out the door. And I refused to listen because I'm still trying to live up to these expectations, because I would feel guilty that if I make this decision, would it have been worth the sacrifices that my parents made to come to this country? How do I go to my parents and say, Ama, ya no estoy trabajando y voy a ser DJ full time? You know what I'm saying? 2 months ago, sis, I got laid off. I remember talking to Leslie, I remember talking to Bessie, I remember talking to my wife, I remember talking to Helios. And I was like, man, what do I do? Do I make the decision to allow myself to get laid off? Or do I just suck it up and go to work because I needed that security, I needed that money? I don't need that. I needed something that fills my soul, and it's this right here. My mom always said this thing, hey, te mueves o te muevo. And I feel like whatever you believe in, whether it's God, Buddha, Allah, there is this higher power that was like, hey, te mueves o te muevo. And that's exactly what happened. Ladies, I want you to make some noise for me if you feel what I'm about to tell you right now. Today is the day you let go of those expectations. I said today is the day you let go of those expectations. Okay. See, because if you're holding on to these expectations, you can't work on your mental health. You can't go to the next level by holding on to this guilt. You feel me? I want you to look at your expectations, and I want you to ask yourself, now, whether these expectations were put on you by your parents, by your previous generation, by cultural expectations, by societal expectations, I want you to look at them and I want you to ask yourself, is this making me happy? Is this serving me? How is this gonna make a better 2024 version of myself? Because we only got 5 months left, right? I'm not trying to rush the process, I'm trying to make y'all think. Because that's my answer to any time I get asked, girl, you blew up when you got here. How did you do it? It's because I started living my most authentic self. I stopped listening to everybody else. They said, Bessie, wherever you're at, I'm sorry. You said wear red. You're going to get it in these shoes. Because this is who I am. But that's why Bessie loves me. That's why she trusts me. Because I'm authentically myself. Right? Listen, I'm grateful. I'm insanely grateful that my parents decided to stay, because there was a point where we weren't sure if we were going to stay. And I'm so grateful that they decided to stay, because who knows what my life would have been like had we went back to Mexico. I definitely wouldn't have been married to a woman. I definitely wouldn't have been a DJ, an MC, a podcaster. I wouldn't have tattoos. I'd probably be in a dress, living a life for someone else, right? Like I said, we can't carry this guilt anymore. But one thing that my parents did teach me that I'm not gonna learn in books is resiliency. See, because watching them and going through it with them, me enseñaron a jalar, me enseñaron el valor del dinero. Do you feel me? I got that. And that's not something that I am going to learn in school. I aspire for more. I'm on a different mindset, y'all. And I want y'all to be on that different mindset. Bessie's on a different mindset. Helios is on a different mindset. XB back there, she's on a different mindset, y'all. We all got to be on a different mindset. I was talking to Bessie this morning, and she was telling me, yo, I'm getting my own day. And I'm like, Sam, that's so dope. And maybe one day we can have it. We can have this day at the convention center. Look, it's right down the street. It's right down the street. We're right there. America Ferrera said this. I don't need my dreams to be easy. I just need to know that they're possible. The Austin Convention Center is right there, fam. It's right there. It's possible. You're looking at all of us. You're surrounded by a bunch of chingonas that's showing you that it is possible. See, because the previous generation, they were coming from a sense of survival. So I want to leave you with this. Let go of those expectations. If it's holding you back, you got to let it go. I want you to also embrace this privilege, this freedom that we have of sitting here, learning from each other, supporting each other, loving each other, embracing each other, but also writing your own story. Because the best stories, the best books, the best chapters, the best songs are written without expectations. Thank y'all.